Good morning, everyone. I'm Rick Morgan, and this is another episode of My Random Ramblings. The question I want to pose today is, should you outsource your social media? I think the answer to that is, as usual, it depends. For most agencies, I think they would say absolutely not. I mean, after all, social media is all about personality. It's about authenticity and using that personality and authenticity to become a trusted advisor. And I agree with that. I think that those are valid points. However, I'm not sure the answer to whether or not you should outsource your social media is really all that black and white. I think there are instances where it may make perfect sense to outsource your social media. For example, if you're absolutely, brand spanking new to social media, there's going to be a learning curve, and I think a consultant, an outside source of resource could help you shorten that learning curve. I think they can give you some guidance on the tools and help you get those tools set up. So, for example, help you with your Facebook and Twitter accounts, setting those up, and maybe setting up a blog. So a lot really depends on your resources. Do you have the resources to do the research and do the monitoring of social media? So again, I think those are areas where outside consultant could help you. And finally, I think a real obvious area where a consultant could help would be coming up with that strategy, helping you really think through how you're going to use social media and what your objectives might be and what it is you're really trying to accomplish and how that might then fit in with your overall agency strategy. It's actually the communication itself that I get a little nervous about when you think about outsourcing that. Even that may not be completely black and white. I can imagine a situation with a blog where you might use some outside resources to help you with the editorial effort with your blog. But again, a blog is where you can really develop your own personality, your own voice. That's where you really want to display your subject matter expertise, for example. And I think it's very dicey, complicated to outsource that to a third party. Even more complex, I think, or more difficult to outsource would be Twitter and Facebook posts. Those need to be, sort of stream of consciousness. They need to be current and relevant and ongoing. And I think, again, that's an area where you absolutely want to demonstrate who you are and share who you are and who your agency is and what's important to you and how you're involving and connecting and dialoguing with the community. So I think those areas it becomes very difficult to outsource. So again, it does depend. It depends on your resources, it depends on your overall agency objectives, and it depends on your own agency culture. So those are my thoughts, but what I'd really like to know is what you think. Are you in fact outsourcing your social media today? What do you think about it? I mean, would you ever outsource your social media, or should you? So if you can or feel compelled, I'd love to hear from you. Comment on this post and let's create a dialogue on whether or not you should be outsourcing your social media. Well, that's it for today. Thanks everybody, and we'll see you later.